Have you ever felt like no matter how much effort you put into a relationship, something still feels off? The truth is, relationships aren't just about love. They're about understanding, boundaries, and emotional intelligence. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of healthy connections, so stay tuned. If you love content like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And tell us in the comments, what's one thing you wish more people understood about relationships? How do you find true freedom from an abuser? Have you ever wondered how a person finds the strength to leave an abusive relationship? This question often haunts those who are entangled in invisible chains of manipulation, control, and fear. The path to freedom can seem daunting, but understanding the steps and strategies for breaking up can be a beacon of hope. In this bookshot, we will explore practical ways to cope with and eventually break up with the abuser. We'll use expert opinions, cite surprising statistics, and offer real-life examples to help you through this difficult process. Whether you are an adult man or woman, these strategies and ideas will help you take back your life. Understanding the dynamics and the nature of abuse. Abuse is not always physical. It can be emotional, psychological, financial, or sexual. Recognizing the different forms of abuse is the first step to understanding your situation. As Dr. Lundy Bancroft writes in his book, Why Does He Do It? Inside the minds of angry and controlling men, abusers often use a combination of tactics to maintain power and control over their victims. This can be intimidation, isolation, bullying, and financial control. Dr. Bancroft explains that understanding these tactics is crucial for victims to recognize the manipulation and patterns of abuse they are subjected to, which is the first step to seeking help and planning an escape. Recognizing the signs. Recognizing that you are in an abusive relationship can be difficult. Abusers skillfully manipulate their victims into believing that the abuse is their own fault or that it is normal. Dr. Leslie Morgan Steiner, in her memoir Crazy Love, describes how she realized the man she loved was an abuser and how he skillfully convinced her to stay. Recognizing these red flags is important. 1. Isolation. The abuser cuts you off from friends and family, making you dependent on the abuser for social interaction and support. This tactic ensures that you don't have an outside support system, which means it will be harder for you to leave. Isolation can also be emotional, where the abuser monopolizes your time and attention, leaving you emotionally drained and disconnected from others. 2. Intimidation. Using threats or aggressive behavior to instill fear, making you feel constantly on edge and afraid to assert yourself. Intimidation may include destroying your belongings, displaying weapons, or openly threatening you or your loved ones. Dr. Judith Lewis Herman, in her book Trauma and Recovery, emphasizes that these tactics are designed to create an atmosphere of fear in which you will be too frightened to challenge the abuser's control. 3. Gaslighting. The abuser makes you doubt your own perception and sanity, causing confusion and insecurity. Gaslighting involves denying your experiences, downplaying your feelings, and passing off false information as truth. This can lead to severe anxiety, depression, and lowered self-esteem. Dr. Robin Stern, in The Gaslighting Effect, describes how gaslighting undermines victims' reality and destroys their self-confidence. 4. Financial control. Limiting your access to money, preventing you from having the means to care. This can include controlling your spending, restricting access to bank accounts, or giving you an allowance. Financial abuse often goes unnoticed, but it is a powerful method of maintaining control. In Economic Abuse, The Invisible Weapon, Marilyn Davidson discusses how financial abuse can leave victims feeling trapped and powerless, emphasizing the need for financial independence as part of a rescue plan. 5. Emotional abuse. Constant criticism, belittling, and humiliation designed to undermine your self-esteem and self-confidence. Emotional abuse can be subtle, such as sarcastic comments, or overt, such as public humiliation. According to Dr. Beverly Engel in her book Emotional Abuse in Relationships, this type of abuse can leave deep psychological scars and be just as destructive as physical abuse. 6. Jealousy and possessiveness. Extreme jealousy, baselessly accusing you of infidelity and constantly monitoring your activities. Abusers often disguise this behavior as love or caring, but it is actually a form of control. In the book Verbally Abusive Relationships, Patricia Evans explains that jealousy is a sign of insecurity and control, not love. 7. Physical abuse. Any form of physical harm, including hitting, slapping, pushing, or choking. Physical violence often starts small, with a push or slap, and escalates over time. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 women worldwide has experienced physical or sexual violence, often by an intimate partner. 8. Sexual violence. Forcing or coercing you to perform sexual acts against your will. This can include marital rape, demanding sex when you don't want it, or sexual humiliation. Sexual abuse is not just physical abuse. It can also include emotional manipulation and threats. Dr. Lori Hayes, in her extensive research on intimate partner violence, emphasizes that sexual violence is often a component of domestic violence and has profound psychological and physical effects. 9. Manipulation and control. Using guilt, lies, or deception to get you to do what they want. This may include making you feel guilty about their behavior, lying about their actions, or creating scenarios that force you to comply with their demands. Manipulation tactics are designed to undermine your autonomy and make you feel responsible for the abuser's actions. Dr. Susan Forward, in her book Emotional Blackmail, talks about how manipulation and guilt are used to control and dominate, making it difficult for the victim to leave. Dr. Marnie Feuerman, a licensed clinical social worker, emphasized that these tactics are part of a larger strategy of control and domination. So it's crucial to recognize these behaviors as abuse rather than normal relationship conflict. Understanding these signs will help you take action and seek help to break the cycle of abuse. Preparing for caregiving and building a support network. Leaving an abuser requires support. It can come from friends, family, or professional services. Research shows that people with a strong support network are more likely to successfully leave an abusive relationship. According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, connecting with supportive people can provide the emotional strength needed to break up a relationship. Dr. Judith Herman stresses the importance of having a support system, stating that recovery from trauma is impossible without safety and connection. Financial dependence on an abuser is a common barrier to caregiving. Start by setting aside small amounts of money whenever possible and consider opening a separate bank account. Patricia Evans emphasizes the importance of financial independence as a means of empowerment. Look for local resources such as shelters and charitable organizations that can offer financial assistance. Financial independence not only provides an escape, but it also restores a sense of control and autonomy, which is important for rebuilding self-esteem and self-confidence. A safety plan is an individualized, practical plan that includes ways to stay safe during the relationship while planning to leave or after leaving. The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, NCADV, recommends creating a safety plan that includes emergency contacts, friends, relatives, or shelters you can call. Knowing who to contact in an emergency and a list of phone numbers can save valuable time. Important documents. Keep copies of important documents, ID, birth certificate, etc., in a safe place. If you can't take the originals, photocopies will come in handy. Safe words. Establish a code word with trusted individuals to signal when you need help. This can be a discreet way to ask for help without attracting the attention of an intruder. Evacuation routes. Plan in advance how and where you will leave your home. Consider multiple routes in case the main path is blocked. Leaving an abuser involves significant emotional distress. Prepare yourself mentally for the fact that you may experience a range of emotions, from fear and anxiety to relief and a surge of energy. Dr. Beverly Engel advises understanding the emotional impact of abuse and preparing for those feelings to make the process more manageable. Counseling or therapy can provide the emotional support needed to overcome these difficulties. The act of leaving, timing and opportunity. Choosing the right time to leave is critical. Abusers can become more violent when they feel their control is waning. Expert Dr. Jacqueline Campbell, in her study of intimate partner homicides, found that the period immediately following a breakup is the most dangerous. Make sure your care plan is discreet and timely to maximize safety. Consider your abuser's routines and habits, and choose a time when they are least likely to notice your absence. Seek help from domestic violence organizations. These organizations offer shelter, counseling, legal assistance, and other resources. Rachel Louise Snyder's book, No Bruises Visible, highlights the critical role these organizations play in providing safety and support to victims of abuse. Professional help can also include therapy to overcome the emotional trauma caused by the abuser. Having a professional support system in place can make a significant difference in your ability to leave and not engage in a relationship with your abuser. Obtaining a restraining or protective order can provide legal protection from your abuser. The process depends on where you live, but domestic violence attorneys can help you. Gavin de Becker's book, The Gift of Fear, explains how legal action can deter abusers and provide peace of mind. De Becker emphasizes that legal protection can be a powerful deterrent and can also serve as documentation of abuse, which can be crucial in custody disputes and other legal proceedings. Recovery from separation. Breaking up with an abuser is only the beginning of the healing process. Emotional scars can take time to heal, and professional counseling can be invaluable. According to Judith Herman, trauma therapy helps people process their experiences and regain control of their lives. Therapy can provide a safe space to explore feelings of guilt, shame, and fear, and help you develop healthy coping mechanisms. Rebuilding your life includes creating a new routine and discovering new interests. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Surround yourself with positive emotions and avoid situations that may trigger traumatic memories. Activities such as exercise, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones can help you reclaim your identity and return to a normal lifestyle. It is essential to remain vigilant. Make sure your new residence is safe and that your abuser cannot find you. Change passwords and consider changing your name if necessary. Protect yourself from a persistent abuser. Technological security is also very important. Make sure your devices are secure and that your location is not tracked. Legal and financial independence. Legal and financial independence can further strengthen your new life. It's important to consult a lawyer about your rights and how best to protect yourself legally. Financial advisors can help you budget and plan for the future. In conclusion, leaving an abuser is a courageous and transformative journey. By understanding the dynamics of abuse, preparing thoroughly, and seeking professional help, you can find the freedom and peace you deserve. Remember, the path to safety and recovery is unique to each person and requires patience and support. Severing your relationship with your abuser is not only about leaving physically, but also about reclaiming your life and autonomy. Reflecting on the words of Maya Angelou, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. It is clear that your strength and resilience is the key to overcoming the shadow of abuse. Your path to freedom begins with the first step. Reach out, plan carefully, and trust in your ability to build a life free from fear and control. After all, the ability to reclaim your life and live a life free of violence is a profound testament to the strength of the human spirit. The journey may be fraught with difficulties, but the reward is a life where you are safe, where you are valued, and where you can be free to be your authentic self. Relationships shape our lives more than we realize. The more we invest in learning and growing, the stronger our connections become. If today's video gave you something to think about, hit that like button and let us know your biggest takeaway in the comments. And remember, join our community absolutely for free to get more information on this topic. You don't have to navigate relationships alone. Let's grow together. More knowledge, more discoveries. Click the link in the description and unlock valuable insights. 100% free.